Hello all, good evening, welcome back dear friends. This shall be your 10th class in our new initiative, that is Focus 300 initiative, which is aimed at helping you sail through the prelim section easily in your upcoming UPSC Civil Services examination, which shall be held on 28th of May 2023. So today we are going to discuss about next 10 most important topics in your UPSC preparation journey. So far we have conducted successfully 9 classes covering 90 most important topics. So to brief you, this is called as Focus 300 initiative. It's a free initiative which is available free of cost on YouTube. So you can all watch. This is actually or specially aimed at helping all those aspirants who are appearing for the UPSC Civil Services preliminary examination, which will be held on 28th of May 2023. Also, it is highly relevant for those people who are appearing for the civil services examination in the year 2024. So in today's class, we shall be covering from article number 91 to article 100. First one is about the Chola dynasty. The context was in the year 1956, some 6 important idols were stolen from India and they were illegally sold in the United States of America. So the government, both central and state, tried as much as possible during those years to get those idols back to India from the United States of America. Somehow they failed. But in recent times, with the help of Tamil Nadu Idol Wing, in association with the central government, they were successful in bringing back those lost idols once again back to India. So nearly after 70 years, these idols have been brought back to India. These 6 idols include ancient Panchachola, idols of Tripurantakam, Tripura Sundari, Nataraja, Dakshinamurti, Vinadara, and Saint Sundarar and his wife Paravai Nachiyar. So these are the 6 important idols, so which were recently brought back to India. Please try to remember these names. These names might be relevant for your UPSC preliminary examination. Right. So in this context, I shall discuss few important points about Rajendra Chola, who was a famous king of Chola dynasty. Firstly, he was a famous imperial Chola king, but don't get confused. The Chola dynasty was not founded by him, which means he was not the founder of the Chola dynasty. Then who founded the Chola dynasty? It was King Vijayala who laid the foundation stone for the foundation of Chola dynasty in India. But this person was called as Gangai Kondan. Rajendra Chola was called as Gangai Kondan because of his victory over Gangetic Plains. After his victory in Gangetic Plains, he was called as, or he was given the title Gangai Kondan. So after this, he established a famous town known as Gangai Konda Cholapuram. Gangai Konda Cholapuram after his victorious expedition up to the Gangetic Plains, and eventually it became the capital of Chola Empire during 1025. That is, during 1025, it became the capital of Chola kingdom, and it remained the capital for next 250 years. Alright, not just that, he is famously known for building a temple which is called as Rajeshwarama temple, which is a Shiva temple basically, and it was built to celebrate his victory in the northern India. So it is similar to Brihadeshwara temple of Tanjavur. Right. So next, looking at his famous military expeditions, we have few military expeditions. First one is he won Madurai from Pandya kings and Kerala territories from Chera kings. Then he annexed northern Sri Lanka and Maldives, and also led an expedition to the Malay archipelago. Alright. Next, this was his territory, which includes the present regions from various states such as the Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka. So he expanded his territory to include famous regions of today's southern India. Next is about Hoysala temples. So why they were in news? Because recently the Hoysala temples of Beluru, the Hoysala temples of Beluru, Halebeedu, Somnathpuram in Karnataka have been designated officially designated by the Indian government as UNESCO's World Heritage Sites for the year 2020-2033. So for a period of 10 years, these sites, that is famous Hoysala temples of Beluru, Halebeedu and Somnathpuram, which are located in the state of Karnataka, as India's submission for UNESCO's World Heritage status for the year 2022 and 2023. So, who accepts these names? It is the UNESCO, who is the sole entity to manage anything that is related to World Heritage sites across the world. Alright, so UNESCO stands for United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. In this context, we need to have a few information regarding the Hoysala style of architecture. It developed or it flourished during the Hoysala Empire, that is between 11th centuries and 14th centuries, and it is famously called as the Vesara style of architecture. The Vesara style of architecture or Hoysala style of architecture. It is a mixture or hybrid of Dravida and Nagara styles of architecture. They contain multiple shrines grouped around a central pillared hall and laid out in the shape of intricately designed star. So please remember this. This is the famous feature of Hoysala temple style of architecture. So they are made out of soapstone. This is the most important point. These, that is Hoysala architecture or Hoysala temples are built using the soapstone. Right. Next we have Golconda Fort. There was an issue surrounding this fort, that is project was proposed which sought to construct around 54 row homes in the vicinity of Golconda Fort and Qutub Shahi complex, which are of cultural significance. So it was opposed by the Telangana Department of Heritage and also the local environmentalists. But somehow the National Monuments Authority has given a go-ahead signal, that is green signal, to construct these 54 row homes in this particular restricted area. So the concern was that constructing new structures in these ancient or the sites of historical significance would somehow endanger these particular sites. But it was somehow negated, and the construction permission has been given now. So in this context, we need to understand a few basic important points regarding Golconda Fort and Qutub Shahi tombs. So Golconda Fort, where is it located? It is located in the Hyderabad city. It was originally known as Mankal, and it was built on a hilltop in the year 1143, that is 1143. It was originally built by Raja of Warangal, and when it was built by Raja of Warangal, it was just a mud fort, but it was fortified in between 14th and 17th centuries by Bahmani sultans and then by Qutub Shahi dynasty. So Golconda was the principal capital of Qutub Shahi kings. Please remember three particular keywords. First one is Raja of Warangal, then Bahmani sultans, and third one is Qutub Shahi kings. These three important kings or the keywords you should definitely remember. Right, then Qutub Shahi tombs, it is located just 2 kilometers south to Golconda Fort. So it is famously known for being a burial site for important Qutub Shahi kings. Around the bodies of around 7 Qutub Shahi kings have been buried here in these Qutub Shahi tombs during the 18th century. So that's the reason it becomes significant. In this context, these two regions become significant. Next one is Dayananda Saraswati. We observed the Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati Jayanti on 26th of February this year, that is 2023. Please remember, every year the date keeps on changing. It happens in the month of February, but it keeps on changing. But this year it was on 26th of February. He was born on 12th of February 1824. Right. So since he was born during the Mool Nakshatra, he was called as Mool Shankar Tiwari. He was born in Tankara, which is located in Gujarat. So for nearly 15 years, he journeyed as a hermit in the quest of truth. So this is all well documented in his book, that is Satyartha Prakasha, the true exposition. Satyartha Prakasha is related to Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Alright. So next, if you look at some of the important points, he was an Indian philosopher, saint, social leader, and also most famously the founder of Arya Samaja, which was founded in the year 1875 by Swami Dayananda Saraswati, and it was initially set up at Mumbai. Then it was Bombay. Later, the headquarters of Arya Samaja were shifted to Lahore. All right. So, see, just imagine today's India. with all advancements in science and technology, with all developments, with all opening up of our societies and economics, now we speak of a casteless and classless society. But this person, this famous Swami, he spoke about classless and casteless society some 150 years ago itself. So he thought of he imagined a unified India where unification would happen on a religious level, social level, and even at the national level. So when he said a unified India in those years, that is in 1870s or 1880s, he imagined India to be a unified nation, not just religiously but also socially and also nationally, and it should be a India free from foreign rule and with the Aryan religion being the common religion of all, right? So he basically took inspiration from Vedas, which it can be a potential point for the examiner to frame a question in this regard. So Swami Dayananda Saraswati did not negate the fallacies of Veda. In contrast, he believed in Vedas and gave the slogan "Back to Vedas." He gave the slogan "Back to Vedas." So he also subscribed to the Vedic notion of Chaturvarna system. Please remember. I'll tell you 2 points. First point is he subscribed to the notion of Chaturvarna system, in which he said that caste should not be based on the birth of any person. Rather, it should be based on occupation that a person is doing. So a person can be classified as Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shuddha based on his occupation and not based on his birth. Right? Dayananda Saraswati believed in Chaturvarna system, but it was based on the occupation that person took up and not based on the caste system. Right? So, following his principles, DAV, that is Dayananda Anglo-Vedic schools were set up starting from 1886. So, to realize the vision of Swami Dayananda Saraswati, and first such DAV school was established at Lahore with Mahatma Hansraj as the headmaster. Please note on these points. And next we have Alluri Sitaram Raju, who was a famous tribal leader and also Indian revolutionary who led, who took a significant part in India's freedom movement. He was famous, tribal leader from the state of Andhra Pradesh. Then he actually represented many tribes across Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, but those regions are now particularly concentrated in the present state of Andhra Pradesh. So he is most famously known for his famous battle, which is called as Rampa Rebellion. But the context is this year, that is in the year 2022, on July 4th, a statue was unveiled by Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi in his honor. So this was the context. Please remember this context and remember the place where he belonged. And let us look at some of the important points related to Alluri Sitaram Raju. He is most famously remembered for his battle that is called as Rampa Rebellion, and it's also called as Manyam Rebellion of 1922. It was in the year 2022, which took place after the non-cooperation movement. So he was nicknamed Manyam Virudu, which means hero of the jungle by local villagers. So Rampa Rebellion, what is it about? It was a tribal movement led by Alluri Sitaram Raju against the British officials or the British Empire. What was the main reason behind this? The Madras Forest Act of 1882. With the introduction of this act, tribes or tribal families were restricted from entering into the forests or taking the using the forest resources as the means of their livelihood. So against this, Alluri Sitaram Raju led all tribal people against this particular forest act and also against the British Empire. But eventually he was caught in the year 1924 by the British officials. He was brought back to his village or town and executed. He was tied his hands and he was hung before all his followers. So somehow he became an inspiration throughout India. Not just for thousands of people, but for lakhs of people, he became an inspiration. Right. Next is about Indian petroglyphs. Petroglyphs or geoglyphs. These are rock art. They are prehistoric rock art. They are made on the surface of rocks by various methods such as incising, picking, cutting, or even abrading a portion of the rock surface. It looks like this. These are the structures which are made using these kind of techniques under petroglyphs or geoglyphs. So the context was around 250 prehistoric geoglyphs have been discovered in Barshu hamlet in Maharashtra's Ratnagiri district. So the question might be like this. Maharashtra's Ratnagiri district was recently in news because of the findings of petroglyphs, geoglyphs, or C, both 1 and 2, or D, none of the above. So if that is the case, please mark all 1 and 2 as the right answer. Okay, please mark 1 and 2 as the right answer. So Ratnagiri is famously known for its prehistoric rock art. Alright. So these artworks are also called with some other name, that is Katal Shilpa. They are also called as Katal Shilpa, and carbon dating has indicated that these rock art belong to the period as old as 20,000 years. So which is definitely the upper Mesolithic age, right? Upper Mesolithic age. These are great findings actually. Recently, many excavations have been showing the ancient past of India, which was so far unknown. Next, we have Adichanallur. Why was it news? Because of its excavations. So, around 100 years ago, in the year 1903 and 1904, a British archaeologist named Alexander Rea discovered this particular area, and it was found that Iron Age or famous Indus Valley civilization artifacts were found here. But after that, it was all dead end. No further excavations were carried out. But in the year 2004 and 2005, the Tamil Nadu government once again started excavations here with the help of Archaeological Department of India, and many artifacts since then have been found. So, about 7 major clan leaders who lived between 500 and 1000 BC could have been buried at this location. This is one significant finding of this particular area. Please remember, Adichanallur was in news because of expedition or excavations by Archaeological Survey of India. It is located in the state of Tamil Nadu, right? Next, Pahari, Pithora and Pattachitra. These are art forms. First one is Pattachitra. Pattachitra is from Odisha, the state of Odisha. It means painting on cloth, painting on piece of cloth. Here Patta means cloth, Chitra means painting. That painting which is made on the piece of cloth is called as Pattachitra, and the subject for this kind of art is famously Krishna Leela, which shows Jagannath as Lord Krishna demonstrating his powers as a child, Dasabhattara Patti, which shows the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu, and Panchamukhi, which shows Lord Ganesha as 5-headed deity. These are some of the important themes of this particular painting. So it belongs to the state of Odisha. Next one is Pahari painting, which was famous in the Himalayan region of India. Initially, during the 17th and 18th centuries, the Himalayan region was divided into 7 sub-kingdoms, and this particular art was practiced in all these 17 kingdoms. This was inherited by the Mughal artists or the Mughal Empire. After 18th or 19th centuries, when Mughal Empire came to an end, all those skilled artisans came to these particular Himalayan hill kingdoms in search of job, which were led by various Rajput kings. So they gave a home to these famous skilled artists, and eventually Pahari school of painting was developed. So these paintings were created and developed during 17th and 19th centuries, and the majority of them are miniature paintings. Please remember, Pahari paintings are nothing but a miniature kind of paintings. Right? The Pahari rulers were initially the subordinate of Mughal rulers, and that's the reason many painters who were skilled recently, gradually, eventually after the fall of Mughal Empire, came back to these Pahari rulers. The poets and painters enjoyed the support of Pahari princes, and they were fascinated by the scenic beauty of sub-Himalayan ranges. And Pahari paintings can be further subclassified into Nurpur, Chamba, Basholi, Gular, Kangra, Mandi, Kulu and Bilaspur. These are the sub-schools of Pahari paintings. Then next we have Pithora. Pithora literally means 7 horses. excuse me, Pithora means 7 horses. These 7 horses indicate 7 hills surrounding the states of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Both these states have been surrounded by 7 hills which are called as the holy hills, and these 7 holy hills have been represented with the help of 7 horses, which is the major theme in Pithora art. You take up any Pithora art, you find similar kind of painting. So which is most famously dominated by 7 horses. Alright, so it is practiced by skilled workers known as lakaras. Lakaras are the skilled workers who do this Pithora paintings. Alright, and Pithora here represents the name of a god who is the famous tribal god of Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh tribes people. Right. So this particular painting has been practiced by various tribes including Rathwas, Bilals, Nayaks and Tadi tribes. All of them are residing in Udaipur and Kawat in eastern Gujarat and parts of western Madhya Pradesh. Alright, next we have Dokra art. It's from West Bengal. In the year 2018 it received GI tag, that is Geographical Indication tag, which is valid for 10 years. So which is valid for 10 years. Then after once again the completion of 10 years, the license has to be renewed, or the application for GI tag should be applied once again. So whatever it is, Dokra art belongs to the state of West Bengal, and most famously Oja metalsmiths who live in places like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, West Bengal and Telangana practice this art. So Dokra art is also called as ancient bell metal craft art. Here Dokra means ancient bell metal craft. Alright. So the name, it got its name on the Dokra Damar tribes. It is named after the Dokra Damar tribes, and this is how it looks. Alright. Next we have a recent evidence suggesting Iron Age in India. So it was based on the excavations done in Mayiladumparai, which is located in the state of Tamil Nadu. In the state of Tamil Nadu, a region known as Mayiladumparai is located. So recent excavations have indicated that Iron Age could be found in the southern part of India too. So far it was thought to be in existence only in northern India, but recent excavations have indicated that this Iron Age has flourished even in the southern part of India. Right, Iron Age means around 4,200 years ago. Right, it comes after the Upper Harappan Age. Upper Harappan Age. Please keep remember this name, that is Mayiladumparai, which is located in the state of Tamil Nadu. All right. So it is located around 100 miles south of Bangalore in Tamil Nadu. So apart from that, some other noteworthy locations around this particular region include Tugarpalli, Gangavaram, Sanduru, Vedantarkal, Gutturu, Gidlur, Sappamutlu and Kappalwadi. So these are some noteworthy locations around this particular region, that is Mayiladumparai. Alright. So this is the ancient time period from around 6500 BC to around 1300 BC. It is classified as Indus tradition. Then after that, from 1200 BC to 300 BC is known as the Iron Age. Please keep this in mind. Alright. So this was all it for today. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have understood the class. If you have got any doubts, please feel free to comment in the comment box, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and keep revising. Thank you so much. See you in the next class. Take care. Bye bye.